We keep telling y'all, Jaron Boots Ennis is him. He's up next, and he made easy work of Roiman Villa this past weekend, even though it went 10 rounds, though. But before we get into that, we are All Takes No Whiffs. I'm Christian. That's Alex. And Boots, top contender at 147 without a doubt. I really like what I saw from him this past weekend. It's just, his style is just it's so entertaining. It's like,
So fun to watch.
yeah. And the thing I like about it so much is there's a lot of technique behind it, but a whole lot of flair, a whole lot of his own signature thing. Like, that's what I really like about it. And Villa's kind of a dog for staying in for 10 rounds, but
Oh, yeah. He took some punishment.
He got beat up, straight up.
Oh, yeah, and I watched a pre-fight interview with him, and he said he grew up with, like, 8 other brothers, so I can definitely see why he is so tough, because if you grow up with that many brothers, I mean, you gotta be tough in general, so credit to him, honestly, but like I said, Boots is just levels above this guy. He's on the world stage. Villa was making his way up there. He had some pretty good wins, his past 2 wins, upsetting some undefeated guys, but, I mean, Boots is just different. This guy, like Christian said, he is him, and he is that guy. He's next up in the welterweight division. I cannot wait to see who wins this Crawford Spence fight, because this guy is going to get the winner of that for sure, unless, I mean, obviously we know there's a rematch clause, so probably may have to stay busy a little bit first. But I mean, before we get into that, I really want to talk a little bit more about this fight. And one thing I really didn't kind of notice before is the power this dude has in both hands, to be honest. It's kind of ridiculous. I did not realize how good it was. The speed is ridiculous too, honestly. I mean, just everything about this guy. And took a couple punches, and I was really happy to see that.
He's a switch hitter, man. Like, he can get into orthodox and cook up just like he does from southpaw. What I love about it is his boxing ability, his fight IQ is so clean, but at the same time, he's such a dog that he's gonna stay in the pocket and outdo somebody at his own game, because that's what he did to Villa, in my opinion. Just he was definitely taking a lot of risks staying right in front of him. Got touched up a couple times, but I think that also proved that he can take a punch without a doubt. And he has that look to him. Like, it doesn't, I can't see somebody make his neck snap as of right now. I don't know why. But
his jab is so good too.
His jab it's good from either side too. That's the thing. And oh my God. Like, I know we talked about it earlier, Alex, but that whole thing he did when the clinch just got broken up and he came in slow-mo and then bah! And then an uppercut that uppercut was
so clean.
From the gods. I'm not even gonna lie. That was crazy. And the thing with Boots is, I think this is within his capabilities of against anybody almost. Like, he's not going to get dominated to the point that he can't fight his fight even a little bit.
Oh, yeah, and one thing I really liked that he said after the fight too, and it's something I wish kind of more fighters would say, or not more fighters would say, but he said he needs to listen to his corner more. And that is one thing I was super impressed by, because there's some guys who I know that we've talked about recently.
Tucker.
Yeah, who just took an L because they didn't listen to their corner too well. But, I mean, when he said that, I was super impressed, especially with a guy that young too. Yeah, I mean, he's not that young. He's 26, so.
Hey, according to some people's standards, that's not even his prime yet. Like, he's just starting to approach it. So I can definitely, I want to call him young. That makes me feel younger too. So
yeah, it's only a year younger than me, or older than me.
Oh, dang, I was about to say. But yeah, Boots is, he's out here and he is such a top talent in boxing. Like, just off the eye test, one of my favorite fighters without a doubt. And I just can't wait to see him mix it up with some bigger names. But since we have this undisputed welterweight fight, the biggest fight in boxing, Spence versus Crawford, coming up, which might take 2 fights, maybe even 3. I would love it. However many fights it took, just give us the most action between those two as possible. But because of that, Boots has to wait. But at the same time, there's some big names for Boots to fight. And I think there's one kind of obvious one off the top of the head. But what do you think, Alex?
Yeah, and I think that obvious name, he was supposed to fight this past weekend against Vergil Ortiz, but unfortunately that fell through for the 3rd time. Hopefully Ortiz can figure everything out and get those health issues. That's the only thing that really kind of matters right now. But to get back to your question, I think he should fight Staniosis, because I think that'd be a really good fight, to be honest. Obviously, with everything we just said, probably think he would win, but I do think that would be a really good fight for him because Stanionis is a really good boxer too.
Really good boxer, kind of a dog. Like he's definitely gonna make it a brawl if he has to.
It's going all 12, I feel like.
No, I don't
You
know.
think Boots is
I
stopping
think
him?
Boots. I think Boots stops him late. I think Boots will. I think he'll break him down eventually. It won't be like as dominant, like it was against Villa. Like the 10 rounds won't be as one sided as this past fight was. But
Mm-hmm.
it's he's gonna get him. He's gonna get him, and I don't know why. I feel like it's just gonna be spectacular. I don't know why. Like I feel like he rises to the occasion, and he's gonna continue to do so.
No, I can see that 100%, honestly, and you're totally right about that. He's risen to every occasion so far, and I feel like when he finally gets that world title opportunity, I know he's gonna show out and he's gonna give us his best performance yet, and I cannot wait for that.
Yep, and I'm not gonna get ahead of myself because these two guys are top pound for pound fighters, but he's gonna make it a real hard fight for either Spence or Crawford. To be honest, too.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying I give either. I'm gonna have to give the edge to the champions as of right now, of course. But at the same time, this is a guy that this is their biggest challenge outside of each other. But at the same time, Spence and Crawford are fighting each other. I know this is a Boots video, but it's just
We
that's the
gotta hype
biggest
that
fight in
up.
boxing, of course. Spence Crawford, July 29th. Check that out. Boots is gonna be
Less than
watching for
3
sure.
weeks.
Yep. Boots is gonna be watching, so you should definitely tune in as well. But if you guys are looking forward to the future boxing content, Spence Crawford coming up soon along with other major fights, go ahead and subscribe and turn on notifications to stay tuned for when we drop these videos.
Yeah, and also go ahead and drop a like. We appreciate all the support in any way possible. But also let us know down in the comments who you think would have an edge against Boots, either Spence or Crawford. Honestly, it's going to be a really amazing fight, and I can't wait till that. I also can't wait until Bud and Spence get in the ring later this month. But
Mm-hmm.
until then, peace.
Peace.